Welcome to Rays of Sports. Today, we will be looking at the 11 highest paid football coaches and managers in the world. Stay tuned. Being a football manager is often described as a thankless task, characterized by immense pressure and sometimes minimal rewards. Unless a manager chooses to retire or resign, they often face the possibility of being sacked as soon as results dip below expectations. However, for those who excel at managing top-level teams, the financial compensation can be incredibly lucrative. The world of football is awash with staggering amounts of money, with both elite players and managers commanding astronomical salaries. This trend has only escalated over the years, particularly with Saudi Pro League clubs offering massive contracts to attract renowned figures like Steven Gerrard. So, who are the highest-paid managers in world football? According to The Sun, the top 11 highest-paid coaches are revealed. Interestingly, Gerrard stands out as the sole manager from the Saudi Pro League to make the list, with the majority being from the Premier League, a revelation that might not come as a surprise to many. So here are the 11 highest-paid football coaches and managers in the world. At number 11, we have Mikel Arteta. He manages Arsenal, and his yearly wage is £8.3 million. Arteta just misses out on a spot in the top 10, being £500,000 a year behind Inzaghi. Although it hasn't always been easy going, the Spaniard has done an incredible job at the Emirates Stadium, getting rid of the deadwood while implementing an exciting brand of football that has put the Gunners back in the Premier League title picture. Arsenal came so close to ending their title drought in 2022-23 and are still in the race this season despite some disappointing results. Arteta's deal is set to run until the summer of 2025, but given the job he's doing, it would be a surprise not to see him agree to fresh terms in North London. Number 10. Simone Inzaghi. He coaches Inter Milan, and his yearly wage is £8.8 million. After a few years of disappointment, Inter Milan has returned to the summit of Italian and European football, and Inzaghi is a big reason why. The tactician has stamped his authority on the team since arriving in 2021, lifting several domestic cups with the Nerazzurri and advancing to the Champions League final in 2022-23. Inzaghi's contract at the San Siro is due to expire in 2025, and there is no reason to suggest that he won't receive a contract extension, especially if he lifts a league title this season. If he does get a new deal, that is likely to come with a handsome pay rise, one that could see him rise in the top 10. Number 9. Erik ten Hag. He coaches Manchester United, and his yearly wage is £9 million. The Manchester United manager will always be one of the most lucrative positions in world football, so it's no shock to see Ten Hag among the highest earners, although some might question if he will still be here come the end of the season. After a promising first year, which saw the Red Devils qualify for the Champions League and win the League Cup under his watch, the club has gone backward in 2023-24. Already out of the Champions League and fighting to get back into the top four after a lackluster first half of the campaign, reports emerged in January that the United dressing room is divided over Ten Hag. Considering how much he is being paid at Old Trafford, fortunes have to change soon. Number 8. Carlo Ancelotti. He coaches Real Madrid, and his yearly wage is £9.6 million. The most surprising thing about Ancelotti's salary is arguably the fact he isn't on as much as some of the other names on this list. The Italian has done an excellent job at the Bernabeu since arriving in 2021, adding a Champions League and La Liga title to his impressive trophy haul. His work in Madrid has been rewarded with a contract extension, with Ancelotti signing a new deal with Los Blancos until 2026, having been linked with the Brazil managerial position. Since then, he has added a Spanish Super Cup to his CV, and with 2 more years set to come in Spain at least, it would be surprising to see him not hoist more silverware. Number 7. Mauricio Pochettino. He manages Chelsea, and his yearly wage is £10.4 million. Chelsea aren't afraid to splash the cash under Todd Boehly, and the Blues owner gifted Pochettino a cool £10.4 million yearly salary when he appointed him as manager in 2023. The former Spurs coach has had his work cut out this season, with the West London outfit still underperforming given the wealth of talent they have at their disposal. But things are, at least, slightly more positive than they were under Tuchel, Graham Potter, and Frank Lampard in 2022-23. Pochettino has the Blues still in the hunt to qualify for a European competition this season, as well as the FA Cup. Poch could still make this season memorable for his new team. Number 6. Thomas Tuchel. He coaches Bayern Munich, and his yearly wage is £10.6 million. Tuchel was a shock appointment with Julian Nagelsmann departing the club in early 2023. The German was sacked unexpectedly by Chelsea himself in 2022 and is now set to leave Bayern Munich at the end of the 2023-24 season after a poor run of results. While he managed to get his hands on the Bundesliga title after a dramatic final day in the 2022-23 season, Tuchel and Bayern haven't enjoyed the best of seasons so far. Eliminated from the German Cup by third-tier Saarbrücken in November 2023, they are also behind Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga table. Number 5. Max Allegri. He coaches Juventus, and his yearly wage is £11.3 million. Despite Juve's financial struggles, the Bianconeri have continued to throw a huge amount of money behind Allegri, putting him in the top 5 earning managers in 2024. While he oversaw a period of dominance at the club in his first spell, winning 6 Scudettos in as many seasons and advancing to 2 European finals, his second stint at the club has not been as fruitful. Not being helped by off-field struggles, which saw Juventus handed a 10-point deduction for false accounting in May 2023, Allegri has attempted to steady the ship, and to good effect. Now back in contention for Champions League qualification, the Italian boss is hoping to guide the historic club back to the top of European football. Number 4. Steven Gerrard. He coaches Al-Ettifaq, and his yearly wage is £15.2 million. Before his contract extension was signed in early 2024, Gerrard and Al-Ettifaq had endured a winless run, with pressure starting to mount on the Liverpool legend. This is why his extension and pay rise came as such a shock to the football community. The new deal suggested he had time to turn his situation around, and the Englishman is already starting to repay the faith shown in him by the hierarchy at the club. Al-Ettifaq's form after the winter break has been impressive, and everyone involved will be hoping Gerrard continues to get the best out of his players. Number 3. Jurgen Klopp. He coaches Liverpool, and his yearly wage is £16 million. The third highest earning coach in world football, albeit not for much longer. While Liverpool are a club known to not pay over the odds on player wages in the past, they have made an exception to keep Klopp at the club for the last 9 years. The German certainly deserves his salary, having brought a huge amount of success to Anfield since his appointment in October 2015, including a first Premier League title. The Reds will soon have his mammoth salary off their wage bill, with Klopp set to leave the club at the end of the 2023-24 season. However, with his side still in with a chance of winning 4 competitions, he could leave on a high, and possibly even pocket a nice bonus for doing so. Number 2. Pep Guardiola. He coaches Manchester City, and his yearly wage is £20 million. Off the back of a treble-winning campaign, many would assume that Guardiola is the highest-paid manager in the world. While he might be the highest-paid boss in England, he has to settle for the second spot on this list. However, with 4 league titles in the past 5 seasons, it's easy to see why he's on such a mammoth salary, especially when he's considered by fans to be the best manager in the world right now. The journey that began in 2016 could end in 2025, as the Spanish boss is yet to put pen to paper on a new deal with the citizens. This will end his stay at the English club after 9 full seasons and a cabinet full of trophies. Guardiola is pursuing Sir Alex Ferguson's trophy haul to become the most decorated boss in history, although he has some way to go on that front. Number 1. Diego Simeone. He coaches Atletico Madrid, and his yearly wage is £30 million. It will come as a shock to many that the Atletico Madrid boss is the highest-paid manager in the world, and by some distance. Diego Simeone has managed to topple Barcelona and Real Madrid on 2 different occasions to lift the La Liga title. Recent years have seen struggles land at his door, and this season Atleti is some way behind current La Liga leaders. However, that should not detract from the job Simeone has been doing since he arrived in the dugout of the Colchoneros. Unfortunate not to win a Champions League in 2015-16, he has regularly managed to disrupt the two Spanish giants. The Atletico hierarchy ensured that he committed his future to the club in November 2023, with him putting pen to paper on a deal until 2027, one which also saw him become the highest paid coach in the game. Does he deserve it? After 13 years of service, absolutely. So, there you have it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Until next time, this is Rays of Sports. Thanks for watching.